Fans are singing along with Bryson Stott's walk-up music.
Everybody's standing here at Citizens Bank Park. Sanchez to the belt.
Breaking ball, hit in the air, center field.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Christopher Sanchez, for the first time in the big leagues, has thrown a complete game shutout.
Harper looks at Arcia again as he goes around the second base.
And it's turned into the Bryce Harper game.
The game's tied. Castellanos in the third. Dusty is waving him home. Here's the relay to the plate. There'll be no throw. Phillies leading. Breaking ball blasted. Game is tied. Castellanos for the Phillies. And it's a brand new game. And the Phillies close out the National League East. They are the champions of 2024.
Alrighty, Chasers, welcome back to the Quit Chasin Show. We want to give a huge thanks to our friends at the Broken Bell Network, Drunk Phils fans, and the Philly Podcast. If you are here through them or new to us, welcome. We are a little cheeky, a little irreverent, and we are always unqualified. Sometimes we are absurd, sometimes comical, and at all times, honestly, all over the place. We are a Phillies podcast in our bones, but if you're looking for how F-War is going to affect how we handle things at the trade deadline, we ain't that. But if you want to get caught up on every game without having to sit through 3 hours of frozen bats and bullpen disasters, that's what we're here for. We cover 162, so you don't have to. We talk so much more than just Phillies. Sometimes we talk the city of brotherly love. Sometimes we talk about pagan or pagan festivals. And by the way, happy belated summer solstice, Danny. Or we'll talk about which Mel Brooks movie is the best and why it's Spaceballs. But enough of that. I'm Alex Kruger. That's Danny Gerb. Danny, say hi to the folks.
Hey, everyone. How you doing tonight, Alex? And guess what, man?
What up?
F-War. What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Say it again. That's right.
There he is. Danny, I am having a great night. That's the first time this evening that you have asked me that question, and I am going to answer that for the first time this evening. Folks, we always tell you when this is the refire of the episode. So we're refiring the episode tonight. We started off with a little 16-minute God only knows. Thankfully, I think Danny deleted the recording, so it's nowhere ever to be seen. But you're welcome, and we're going to bring you only the good stuff. Danny, how is life in the city of brotherly trash?
Well, that's exactly right. So my trash collection day is actually tomorrow, so we will find out. But
I don't think they signed the contract.
No, I'm with you there. I mean, we'll see what it looks like. I, though, have the real distinct pleasure of living in a neighborhood where I feel the sanitation workers have been on strike since I moved here. So I don't think I'm going to notice any change.
It's Kensington, folks. You've heard it from the news.
That's right. Mostly from the news.
That is correct. But Danny, honestly, at this point in the season, it is the doldrums. It is the long time of the year. What do you say we just get into the week that was?
Actually, I have a question for you.
Please.
Is this the dog? If you had to mark on the calendar the dog days, where did we start them yet? Do they start mid-July? Is it like a holiday season? What are the dog days?
I think that there are actually two sets of dog days to summer. Okay.
In the baseball season, but we can do summer.
Correct. No. I mean in the baseball season of summer.
Yeah.
There is leading up to the All-Star game, and there is the All-Star game hangover. So the 2 weeks leading up to the All-Star game is the dog days. The 2 to 3 weeks on both ends of the All-Star game are the dog days, because you're getting to that midpoint, and then you're coming back from that midpoint. That midpoint is a rest and reset for everybody. And even though it's not the 82 mark, like it is still that midpoint of the season on a freaking Tuesday, the All-Star game.
I'll buy that. They're usually midweek. I'll buy that. I'm into that. I told you, you alluded to it. We're gonna give you a week that was, but I'm not making any more Phil steaks until the deadline.
And is that because we've been making the same Phil steaks for the last 18 to 24 to 36 months?
That's part of it. Part of it. Also, okay, that's most of it. Yeah, so that's why I feel we're in the dog days. Like, they're going to do what they're going to do, and our game time is going to reflect who they are. So let's get to the week that was, and then we'll get into our game time.
We will get to the week that was, but first.
Oh, there's another first.
There's a third, okay?
Oh, okay.
I need to apologize to the world because we did our summer songs last week, and I screwed up. I didn't do a great job. I did not put in Jimmy Buffett's Cheeseburger in Paradise, which is one of the greatest "Hey, welcome to summer" songs of all flipping time. So to the deadheads, the parrot heads, and all the heads out there, I am so sorry. I need to acknowledge Jimmy Buffett's Cheeseburger in Paradise as a true summer anthem and get that out there before we get into the week that was.
Wow. So if we start doing corrections now,
We're gonna have to restart this one too.
I was like, we're never gonna do a show. We're never gonna be able to have a show ever again.
This is the only time I've ever thought of it on air, and probably because this is the second round of this show. But I did want to say that it always belongs in a conversation about summer songs. But that brings us to the week that was. Our dreaded rival, Atlanta Bravos, were coming to town, but we were coming to their town. First off, we have.
Oh, you Tony Luked us. You just Tony Luked it.
The heck out of it. I did Tony Lucas. Sorry, guys. I'll try to Campos you sooner enough. The week that was, we have Philadelphia 13, Atlanta 0. After scoring 1 run in 3 games against the Astros, the Phils, in 1 game, brought their run differential on this road up to +9. Seriously, this is our Jekyll and Hyde curse with this team. It took them 14 years, but we're finally getting a remake of the 2011 season. But I don't know. The original cast had better stars. Anyways, it was 11-0 by the third, and I have to wonder if the secret to our success is a 3-hour rain delay. Next up, we have Philadelphia 1, Atlanta 6. The scariest Spencer on the Braves wasn't Strider, it was Schwellenbach. He has owned us since we tried to make fun of him in the 2022 postseason. But unfortunately, we found out literally today that he has a fractured elbow. And we said it last year with Strider. I'll say it again this year with Schwellenbach. Baseball is better when the best guys are in there. And the fact that we had someone that owned us made me want to just find a way to beat him more. I don't want to beat him through injury. So, get healthy, Schwellenbach. Please come back in time for us to face off again, dude, because we are not done with that story.
Absolutely. He had 12 strikeouts on 90 pitches. So, like, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! So, yeah.
I love it. Game respects game, dude. I have nothing but roses for good pitchers, which brings us to the series finale. Sorry, I've been doing the Walking Dead cast. And so when I hear series finale, I think the last episode. No, this is just the last episode of this series. But anyways, we have Philadelphia. I don't know, man.
What a concept.
I know. I heard it as I was saying.
The Phils left us on a cliffhanger. We're going to have to wait the next season.
I know. I heard it as I was saying. I was like, well, this is terrible. But anyways, Philadelphia 2, Atlanta 1. Ranger Suarez and Zach Wheeler are fighting so hard to see who is going to lose to Paul Skeens in the Cy Young voting. Danny, I got to ask you, at this point in the game, where do you stand with the Ranger extension? Like, I know that, everyone in Philadelphia has an opinion and all that jazz, but like, we can't let him go, right?
Will the Phillies re-sign Schwarber? What happens to Topper? And what did Casty say to Topper? All this and more the next season of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Of our lives.
Of our lives, indeed. I want to play out this season. I want to play out this season. I think if he gets through it minus the first month, right, gives us a full season minus the first month. But this is, about the start where he started to have his back thing and drop off. I feel he's a young, homegrown pitcher who pitches. He's a pitcher, man. He's not a hurler. He's a pitcher. If the money has to go to him opposed to Kyle, I'm fine with that. What's Kyle's a locker room leader, proven winner. He mashes a ball. You can find that.
And you can find that with someone that could also play in the field. And at this point, Kyle is a defensive liability. So we can find another DH. Like, honestly, Casty could be a DH and you find a better fielder and then he can spell field. So, like, I agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. I've seen enough out of Ranger. Like, we
love the guy. We don't want to see him go.
Adore Kyle, but if you have to choose one or the other, I couldn't agree with you more. Like, pitching is a bit more valuable at this point in the game, and it's tough. I hope we don't have to choose between the two. I hope some way, and if Dombrowski can figure out how to keep both of them, then I can forgive a little bit more the crappy performances in free agency and trade deadlines if he can lock up the good players on this team for longer. Have we ever considered that before? Like, if Dombrowski's able to lock up good guys that we like both Ranger and Kyle, can we forgive a little bit his misses in free agency and trade deadline? I don't know. What's the answer? What do you think?
I think a ring cures all.
Well, that's a fact. That's an I mean, you give me a ring, brother. Well, yes and no, because I don't love Ruben, but it wasn't Ruben's ring. He just kind of like inherited the ring. Let's be honest. So this is Dumbo's team. I'll give him that. This is Dombrowski's team.
Mm-hmm.
So if he gets the ring, all is forgiven.
Yeah. I mean, so this deadline in this offseason is the one that makes it.
I'll agree with that. We'll see what happens from here. But guys, we have another series to go through. We've got the Padres at the Phillies. I saw someone say it. Maybe it was Drunk Phil's fans, but that they were reminiscing on the day when the Nola brothers would face each other, San Diego versus Philadelphia. And I don't know. I do love it when brothers play each other. But in that first game, little brother won. San Diego, nothing. Philadelphia, 4. Zach Wheeler doesn't study pitching. He just friggin' does it. If his four-seamer ain't seaming, he'll punch you out with a backdoor slider. Change up, not changing. Give him the good old curveball. He has no flair, but he is a menace and a terror. And honestly, I love him. I love him so much. I love Zach Wheeler. What are your thoughts?
How about the old number 1?
The old heater.
Yeah.
Tell you what, like, go ahead. Go ahead. Say the thing.
No, you're right.
How you mentioned earlier.
What thing about lefties?
That
in the text
is Zach Wheeler.
Yeah, I forget who said it. Someone referred to the rotation as Wheeler and the 3 lefties, and I was like, I love it. Like,
I do too.
I forget who said it, but I absolutely loved it.
It's accurate. It's apropos.
That's a sitcom I'd watch. Wheeler and the 3 lefties.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Okay. Give me 2 seconds here, Danny. We're onto something here. Pitch me the archetypes of these characters. So in the Friends dichotomy, Zach Wheeler is the blank.
I think he's your straight man. He's your patriarch type. He is the leader of the household. He is your Leonardo of the teenage.
Ooh. Okay.
You want to make him turtles? We can make him turtles.
We can make him turtles. So he's
the Leonardo. Yeah.
Okay. Who's your Donatello?
My Donatello. Oh, with the glasses is Luzardo.
Yes. We all know Mikey is, right? Mikey's Ranger.
Yeah, totally.
All day.
Yeah, well, you never know what you're going to get from
him. So that makes Sanchez.
How
Sanchez ain't Raph. We need someone from the bullpen to be Raph.
Oh.
I think. Or is Taiwan Raph? Oh, my God. Taiwan Walker is Raphael. Tell me I'm wrong. Taiwan Walker is Raph.
No, you're not wrong.
You need him.
Oh,
but you need him.
I think that with like some of like the attitude, it might be Strom.
Last year Strom maybe, but like
even
Hoffman
this year
always.
Strom
Hoffman would have been.
Hoffman
would have been Raph.
Oh, if we had this conversation last season, it was 100% Hoffman.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
But it's not have a Raph? Is that the problem? Oh my God! Do all winning teams have a Raphael, and we don't have a Raph?
Pedro was a Raph.
Pedro was 100% a Raph.
Yeah.
So was Cliff Lee. Cliff Lee was a Raphael.
Oh yeah, he was. You need
Cliff
a
Lee
Raph.
was a real Raphael.
You need a Raph in your rotation.
And you know what? In 2008, you know who our Raph was? It wasn't a starter. It was Brad Lidge.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
I'll give you that.
No one believed in him, and he was effing perfect for an entire season. Yeah. And he never did it again. But that one time that you needed Raph to be Ronin, he was Ronin. We got real sidetracked, but I think our fans love it.
You know what? We broke down Major League Baseball rotations. You want a winning team, you need a Raphael.
You need a Raphael.
You're welcome, world. That's why we're here.
That's what we bring to the table. Speaking of bringing to the table, let's talk about the next game up. That's a great transition. We've got the first of a doubleheader. San Diego 6, Philadelphia 4. After a washout, we were treated to a day-night doubleheader. Sadly, Mick should not be able to start again for the Phils. We got tattooed for 6 early, and that was enough. And Mundo Sosa had an awesome 7th, and we cut the lead to 3. And then in the 8th, Harper, Casti, and Kepler combined to see a total of 10 pitches. Lovely theatrics at the end of the game, but Kyle couldn't hold off on swinging at a ball 13 feet off the ground. Honestly, oh well. It was good to see some fight late, I guess.
It was absolutely good. I was working. I had it on another laptop beside me, volume down. There was a couple times I looked over because I was busy, and I was like, at this point, I'm just going to turn it off. My job wrapped up just in time for it to start becoming a game again, and I even sent you guys a text. Hey, we got a game.
You know what's so funny about that? That's exactly so. Today was one of those days where the first. So I don't know if I announced this on the show or not, but I recently got a promotion in my job. Instead of being in charge of half of the fundraising in my organization, I'm now in charge of all of the fundraising in my organization. So things have gotten a bit busier. But I was also at work, and like I was in a couple of meetings. I got out from a meeting. It was 6-0. I was like, what the hell? And then I wasn't really paying attention. When I was done with my meetings is when they started getting on base and showing some signs of life. I'm like, okay. So we lost the game, but it really felt getting late. Like they had found a bit of a groove. It was a small ball groove. They were playing good, solid baseball. And I'm not even upset with Marsh for how aggressively he played the base running in the 9th. Like I didn't, even if he would have been out, I would have been like, you know what? I don't blame him for going for it. That was a great defensive play. I don't blame him for going for it there.
What was the game 1 that Stott gets on, steals second? No, game 1 of
the first game of the series. Yeah.
It was
real aggressive on the base pass.
Yeah, Stott steals second, goes second to home on a single. Like that was beautiful. They started to play that way late in today's game again. I mean, Slug's down on this team. So if Slug's going to be down, you got to do that.
Dude, and this is the stuff that we've been begging them to do for years. So, yeah, we may not win.
Yeah, we've been begging them to do that with the Slug.
Sure.
We just can't win.
We can win, but we just can't champion.
No, I mean, like, us fans can't win.
Oh, okay. No, we cannot win. That is not.
Yeah. Why start now?
No, for sure. Folks, as we are recording this, is currently 7:54 on Wednesday, July 2nd. That's right. You might not be hearing this until tomorrow, July 3rd, but it is like, I don't know.
Happy birthday, America.
I hope we get there.
The day early. I wanted to be the first one to say it.
I love it. I don't
because
know
I'm America's best friend, so I wanted to
You
say
sure
it
are. It might die before 250 years old, but that's okay. We'll find out. Anyways, so we are recording this a bit early. Right now, the Phillies game is actively happening. I believe it is the end or the middle of the 6th, and the Phillies are up 4-1 or 2. So we'll let you know at the end of the game the information that you already know because you're listening to this by Friday.
It's 4-1, and my no-hitter went out the window.
Oh, your no-hitter went out the window real early on both sides. But Danny, did you know that we do not have a traditional 6-ish start time until after the All-Star game? I don't know who cares, but there you go. This is the last traditional start time until after the All-Star game. Isn't that fun?
You mentioned that. I didn't look it up. I never look it up.
You said you spent a lot of time looking at start times. So which is true, Danny?
When did I say that?
At the beginning of the show, the first show 2 hours ago, you said that you spent a lot of time like researching start times.
No.
Or are you being pedantic?
I said game time.
Oh shit, game times. Okay.
As in our game time, not start times for
Oh my gosh, our game time. Oh my gosh. Okay. Holy cow. Well, then that was a delightful misunderstanding. And we're not eviscerating this one.
I live my life 1/4 mile at a time.
I would hope so, Danny. I would hope so. It's beef week at the Ringer, and a lot of ink has been spilled over Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Vin Diesel. So that's fair. Right. But Danny, since you brought up game time, is it time for us to sashay away into that bit?
Yeah, I teased it earlier, so can I intro it?
Please do.
In honor of summer and the 2025, there we go, Philadelphia Phillies. You're fighting Phils. Alex, top 5 roller coasters.
Danny, there's only one way to go this, and something tells me that we're going to go in a backwards 5-1. So are you asking me to start? Because I feel like I need to reveal my number 1 after your number 1.
Okay, so you sent me over your 5. I did not send you my 5.
Did I send you my 5? I thought I took that
You
out.
did
I
no,
not?
you put it on the agenda. So I don't know what reveal is better because you know my number 1.
And I feel like my number 1 has to be after your number 1.
Okay, fair enough. That makes sense.
So you have to do your 5 first.
Yep. Okay. Number 5 for me, and people are going to notice a theme. Kings Dominion, Virginia, the Grizzly.
Oh, there you go, Poopa. If you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. Tell me about the grizzly, Danny. I don't know shit about it.
Wonderful wooden roller coaster. It's a rough ride. It does the 80-foot, 50-mile-per-hour drops, all that kind of jazz. It's an out and back chain propelled wooden roller coaster out down there in Virginia, and it is. Wooden roller coasters are known to be rough. This one is a roughie, and I enjoy it.
I love that. You know what? My number 5 is a roughie as well, but hilariously, I feel like we clumsily kind of backed into this segment and we didn't really explain why it exists, why we're doing it, et cetera, et cetera. Folks,
because the Phils are a roller coaster.
There it is, guys, because the Philadelphia
I'm pretty sure
Phillies,
it's self-explanatory.
Just in case, okay? Just in case, I wanted to explain, because the Philadelphia Phillies are a never-ending roller coaster, we have decided to dedicate this episode to the top 5 roller coasters in our life. Danny, I love that you chose Kings Dominion because I've been to Kings Dominion, Busch Gardens, and Cedar Points, but I was too young or too short at all of them to enjoy that roller coaster life. So I unfortunately only had like 3 amusement parks to work off of for my list. Now I have a great top 5. I have no problems with it, but I love that you were able to include some extra ones that I wasn't able to because I wasn't big enough at the time to ride those rides. And I don't like Ohio, so why would I go out there for Cedar Points again?
Oh yeah, I've actually never been there. I've driven past it.
It's pretty good, honestly. Yeah. It is a good time. So is Kennywood.
There is a little beach, Nickel Plate Beach, off of Lake Erie, which is a handful of miles from Cedar Point. I've been to that beach. I love that beach, but never have made the trip to amusement park. Because if you're hanging out on the coast of Lake Erie, why would you want to ride roller coasters?
That is a really, really fair point. I like it. I like it. All right, so that brings me to, did I even say my number 5? No, I didn't. So that brings me to Knoebels Grove's own Kiddie Coaster. Now, I don't know what the name of it is, but it is a tiny white coaster over by the satellite ride and the not the bumper boats, but the boats ride. And it is violent, it is extreme, and it's a good time. And I think it only costs like 60 cents in Knoebels coins. So why not go check it out? Knoebels, Elysburg, Pennsylvania, the Kiddie Coaster. Couldn't recommend it more. Danny, my original number 5 was the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster from Disney Orlando, but I found out today they got rid of it. And I promised myself I would only choose roller coasters that we could ride on. So
hot stuff.
Rock and Roller
that
Coaster.
Is little cutie.
You know what? I have their very first album on vinyl,
by the back door,
like the Dream On album. And when I was in high school, I bought a turntable and I would scratch with that album. So now it's ruined, and I hate myself for that.
Whoa!
Yeah, I really ruined Aerosmith's like self-titled debut album, and I will never forgive myself or high school me for that.
Well, you live, you learn, right?
You do. You live. You learn. What's your number 4, buddy?
Number 4, it has been imploded February of 2025, which is in this year, so I figured it still could make this list.
For sure.
Yep, so do I. And that is Six Flags New Jersey Kingda Ka. This thing was just a bazillion feet high. It topped out at 128 miles per hour. It was beautiful.
I love that. I love that. I never had the opportunity to ride it, but it sounds delightful. But my number 4 comes from Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom in Orlando. It is one of the 3 mountains, guys. It's Space Mountain. This was the first indoor roller coaster I ever went on. I have always been intrigued, fascinated by space. So like you create something around that. And like honestly, I went on that in 2004, 2003, and to be on something like that at that time was crazy. So I loved Space Mountain. It was a great roller coaster. That's my number 4.
Yeah, we're still waiting on disclosure. So number 3, going back to Six Flags in New Jersey and getting back to my theme. My King the Ka was my diversion from the theme. El Toro, another wooden roughie.
Ooh, okay. All right. What is your favorite type of roller coaster? Is it wooden, steel, suspended, inversion?
It's wooden roller coasters.
It's wooden roller coasters. Okay.
Love wooden roller coasters.
What is it about a wooden roller coaster that you love?
I like the roughness to them. I like that it is just speed, curves, dips. That's all. There's something like the smoothness of like the steel ones, especially the inverted ones, like the inverted steel ones that just kind of like zip you around, corkscrew you everywhere. Not my thing, man. Like they're a little too smooth. They glide too much. Like, yeah, it's fun to corkscrew and go upside down and whip around and be inverted on your little bike seat. All that's fun. But sitting down, especially the first cart, front cart or back cart, only way to do it, can't get in the middle. Being in the front and cresting those top of those hills in a wooden coaster with the curved down drop, and you just are leaning over, wind in your face, rattling, you're hearing the squeaks, you're seeing the wood planks come in to break the rails. Like the wooden roller coasters are the jam.
I'm so here for that answer. I'm so here for that answer. My number 3, it is a newer ride at Hershey Park. It is the Laugh Track. So my entire family, all 4 of us, Carrie, Kara, Audrey, Taylor, we all love the Laugh Track. Taylor somewhat. And it is a good time. It is a fun ride. It's a good roller coaster that isn't scary, but is a blast. And again, there's something cool about indoor roller coasters. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the indoor one. Right when you come past the carousel, whatever, right by the midway.
It's right after the Wildcat's Revenge. It's right after Wildcat. You turn that corner, and it's there on your left-hand side.
It's in the fair. In the fair.
Yes.
Okay, in the big white building.
Yep.
What is that ride?
It is.
They put it in after I left.
Okay, yes, they did. It is an indoor steel roller coaster that sits 4. You have 2 seats in front, 2 seats in back, and as you go up and then down through the thing, it's a lot of black lights and paint, and it's like Space Mountain. It really is, but with a circus-based theme instead of a space-based theme. It's awesome. Okay. It's so much fun. I forget what month. Maybe it was when we went for Fright in the Dark or whatever it's called, but they turned off all of the lights and it was pitch black, and that may have still haunted my youngest, so we'll find out. But it's a great ride. It's a good time.
Who does number 2 work for, Alex? And it is the Cyclone in Coney Island, New York. This is a big boy. Most of the wooden roller coasters are around that 50 mile per hour mark. They're somewhere at like 100 foot to 85 foot drop. This is a little higher and a little faster. I think it tops out somewhere around 65. It opened for the public in 1927. It is the crown jewel of Coney Island, and I absolutely adore it.
I have never been to Coney Island. I've heard they are famous for their hot dogging, and I would love to go check it out. Because, okay, so let me ask you a question. The movie Big, was that centered around Coney Island or a traveling fair? No, that was a traveling thing, right? That wasn't Coney Island, right?
It was on a boardwalk, man. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I don't know, right? Like the Zoltar that he goes to is like on a pier or something.
It is on a pier. It is on a pier, but he wasn't tall enough to ride a roller coaster. So I'm curious. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that. That's
no, I don't know. It has been forever.
okay. All right.
The fact that I remembered Zoltar, I'm like, yeah, dude.
Big fan. So was that your number 2?
Yeah, it was number 2.
All right. So my number 2 is one of the greatest roller coasters ever conceived. It has survived endless depressions, endless world wars and recessions. It has always been there to welcome people home after a hard day. In the land of Elysburg, Pennsylvania, at Knoebels, there is only one Phoenix. The thing that is so magical about the Phoenix is, A, it's a better version of the Comet because you actually feel like you could die. The seatbelt and the pull down bar are not as secure as they should be. And if you stand up at the right point when you're going down that first all wooden drop, you could die. And that is what I'm here for. And Danny, I'm so happy you mentioned earlier the importance of picking the right seat in a roller coaster because you need to be in the front of the Phoenix to get the full experience. But if you think the Comet at Hershey Park is cool, you need to go to Elysburg to Knoebels to check out the Phoenix. It's 1,000 times better.
Yeah, I do. I love the Comet. So everyone knows, or we've talked about it many times. I was a costume character at Hershey Park for many years. I know that park inside and out.
Yes, you do.
I know those roller coasters inside and out. Comet is a wonderful ride.
It is the second best version of the same exact roller coaster.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I mean,
have you been to Knoebels? Have you been on the Phoenix?
Yes, I have.
The same roller coaster.
Oh yeah, it is.
Better.
There's a lot. So the Comet is copied all over the place, or it was copied, or whatever. It's
that's fair. It's a very simple
design. Yeah,
one big drop, up and over and down, couple of boo 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 boo, and then up and over and down, then boo 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 boo, and then you're back in the station. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. So I just got sidetracked.
We were talking about Knoebels, the Phoenix, the different.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Knoebels is a cute park. Like the Phoenix to me is the only ride as an adult is the only ride worth riding. But that is a cute park. Those cottages, like if you can rent one of those cottages that are off there, what? Oh, you didn't like that?
Okay, so here's the deal. I know that you worked at Hershey, and my parents now work at Hershey. Hey, Mom, but growing up, we would camp every Memorial Day and Labor Day at Knoebels and spend a 4-day weekend with that world of tickets and just campfires and like, man, I hear you, but like there is nothing better than the Knoebels lifestyle. It is the absolute best experience in the universe.
It's great.
I love it so much.
We have a family friend. My parents had a family friend. I grew up. They had one of those cottages.
Oh gosh,
that are like back. Against the creek,
right?
And
by
we would go
the skloosh. Their version of the tidal force is the skloosh. That's where the cottages were over there.
Okay, we would go there, and it was like the greatest weekend of my life. Like
it's the best. Like Knoebels is a amusement park with tree coverage, which you never find that anymore. You never find trees anymore, but you can go to Knoebels and you're not going to get so sunburned.
I look up real estate every now and then just to see like if one of those cottages are up for grabs.
Ooh, okay.
And what would they go for? Like because I could totally do that. Like screw the Jersey Shore house. I will get a Knoebels cottage in a heartbeat.
So would you then turn that, like, was that like a timeshare opportunity then? Like you just rent out the cottage to your friends when you're not using it? Or
I would, yeah, if they wanted to.
That'd be amazing. Oh my God.
I would probably go more mid-century modern, of course.
Okay, I would go medieval chic, but sure.
Yeah, of course you would. Good morrow, lads.
Did
I make fun of you about that on this episode? Or
I think that was on the Lost episode where you made fun of me for my good morrowings.
Okay, well.
What are you going to do?
If it ever gets resurrected, that's a callback to a joke that I made fun of Alex 20 minutes ago.
We'll find out. Danny, that leads us to our number one, buddy.
There's
only one number one, but ironically, because there's only one number one, there's two number ones. So what's your number one, buddy?
That's right. My number one is Hershey Park, the Wildcat. It's another wooden roller coaster. It was built by the Philadelphia Toboggan Coaster Company. It was a redesign of an original Wildcat in Hershey that ran from early 1920s to the late 40s. Something happened, got closed down. In 1996, Hershey Park and the Philadelphia Toboggan Coaster Company brought back the Wildcat in its form as a, hey, it's back. The slogan was "The cat is back." It had an 80-foot dip with a max speed of 50 miles per hour. It was a chain-propelled out and back. I love this coaster. Now, for our listeners that are unfamiliar with the Hershey Park Wildcat but frequent the Jersey Shore, Wildwood, New Jersey, the Great White was built by the Custom Coasters Inc. out of Ohio and debuted on Maury's Pier in Wildwood, New Jersey in 1996. That is not an exact copy. Its dip is 3 feet taller and it goes 5 miles per hour, a little bit faster. But other than that, it is the Wildcat. That would be the closest comparison to the people of the Philadelphia area.
I can absolutely respect that. And normally, Danny, I would have 1000% agreed with you that the Wildcat deserved to be number one. But you know what the funny thing is, buddy?
Yeah,
they tore it down. They tore it down and they built this gorgeous landmark of just structural amazingness. So
it looks like a beaut.
It's a gorgeous, man. It's the Wildcat's Revenge. Now, I agree with you. Again, I agree with you that the very best roller coaster of all time is the Wildcat. And the thing is, the Wildcat's Revenge is better. So it is a wooden frame, as you saw, but it is a steel track, which means that the security is higher there and the number of G-forces, whatever. I don't know enough about like roller coaster life. Like I was good at Roller Coaster Tycoon. I wasn't a nerd about Roller Coaster Tycoon, so I don't know about the G-forces and all that jazz. But when you are in that ride, first off, I swear to God, it lasts for like 3 minutes. It lasts forever, and it is just bam after bam after bam. You really feel like you're flying. And if you thought the Wildcat was good, next time you come to Harrisburg, my parents work for Hershey. I will get you a ticket. We will go ride the Wildcat's Revenge because, Danny, I'm telling you, you will fall in love with this roller coaster.
Yeah, so Kim and I went back for Christmas Candy Lane. It was closed because there was a weather thing. Every time we walked by it all day long, they had people out and said, unfortunately, This ride's closed with the sign. So I didn't get to ride it, but I'm aware of the Wildcat's Revenge. I even did the one of those YouTube, like sit in the front seat. So I've watched the ride. I'm very excited to ride it one day. Unfortunately, when I went to Hershey Park last year, it was not open for the day. So I did not get to check it out. I'm glad, however, that you speak highly of it and that it made our number one.
Absolutely. Because it is my oldest daughter's favorite roller coaster. It is, again, I would have said the Wildcat was my number one until I rode the Wildcat's Revenge. And usually the sequel is not better than the original, but just like with Ninja Turtles, this time it is. Secret of the Ooze, better than the original. There, I said it.
Whoa, dude, the original is so heavy and dark.
That's how amazing Secret of the Ooze is, man. Yo Ninja Rap deserved all of the accolades, deserved
Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go.
Was it Go Ninja or was it Yo Ninja?
It was Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go. Come on.
All right, I guess you're right.
I am right.
Fine. Danny, I think
RTLE Power. Do you have any
honorable mentions?
Yes.
So I guess the only one, again, I was talking about the Rock and Roller Coaster. That was I guess my only one. The other ones that I've done, like the Lightning Racer at Hershey Park, is like it's okay, but it's honestly kind of like lame. Like it's okay. It is an okay racer. It's a great. Right. Although the Trailblazer at Hershey Park is a phenomenal 6-year-old roller coaster. If you need to get a kid into riding roller coasters, I highly recommend at Hershey Park you start with the Trailblazer. That's a good way to show them like these are okay rides. You're going to enjoy it, and it's not that bad. But that's really it for me for honorable mentions. How about yourself?
So I was going to have Leap the Dips. The problem is it closed down and we're going a little long. So Leap the Dips, look it up. It's a side friction roller coaster. It's super old. It is the roller coaster that you see in the outfield while you are at People's Natural Gas Field, or as I like to call it, Fart Field in Altoona.
I would also like to try the
park
roller
is
coaster at the Mall of
closed.
America. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Minnesota?
No.
No, me neither. You'd have to pay me, but I'd like to try the roller coaster at the Mall of America from Mighty Ducks 3. That'd be awesome.
Awesome.
Shall we go to break? Let's do it.
Daddy, what's your credit card number?
Why?
I need to order some Quit Chasin merchandise.
What? Wait, how did you get on our Fourth Wall merchandise site?
I clicked the link in this episode description.
Oh, Taylor, you're so smart.
Oh, Daddy, you really shouldn't use children for your commercials. It feels inappropriate.
But Tay, how else will I tell people about our After Dark episodes or send them to any of our social media handles?
Can't I go play Minecraft?
Of course, but feel free to watch any of our old or current shows on our YouTube channel.
This is getting sad, dude.
Hey, if you have a complaint, feel free to send it to the show at quitchasinpodcast@gmail.com.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's fair. I love it. I love it. I love it. Danny, thank you so much for choosing that one. Folks, we said it was dead. We said it wasn't coming back. We were full of absolute shit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Media Stables. Danny, you were so excited to have a Media Stables this week. What you got?
Yeah, you know what? My Media Stables is simple. It is all of our friends, all of our support. I want to double down and give a thank you to the Drunk Phil's fans, the Philly podcast, the Broken Bell Network, especially go Tuesday nights they go live, the Hall of Fame Club. Absolutely great watch, great listen. We watch it live as it goes. I recommend you guys do it as well. And I just want to say what I picked up on yesterday, Keith and Chris, they do a great job. JV, man, he might be the unsung hero of that show. So we make it a point not to play fantasy GM. They do a really great job at it. The JV's vision of the league and what is going on and what the moves could be, or it's just a level of thinking that I don't have, and I was thoroughly impressed by it. Like just the whole Luzardo is pitching out of his mind right now in my head. Like, you hold on to this guy. I even said it last week of hey, Nola might come back and get that game 2 start where it should be a Sanchez or a Luzardo, but he's going to get the game 2 because it's Nola and serve up meatballs and cost us one and we're all going to cry. He brings up the point of, dude's on a 1-year contract. He's absolutely a piece to move. And
that's a great call. Oh my God.
Right. Exactly. Just like that,
that.
Absolute great vision of the league. If we were to play fantasy GM, what do? We're like, give us, Miller Mason and put Trout, Soto, and
we're not that bad.
Whoever else in the outfield.
We don't.
Well,
try
we
that
don't.
game
But if we were,
know our limitations. If we were, we would have. No, we're not. We're not going to pretend that that's what we. But I'm so glad, and I'm really happy that you wanted to give them the flowers, because someone that does understand that world, that landscape better than we do, that we support, that we agree with, it's so nice to get that perspective, because so often we get the viewpoint that is commercially deemed to be the most appropriate. But when you log into a guy like the What's the podcast name?
Oh my God, dude! Really?
Here's the thing, guys.
It's our buddies,
The
the Hall of Fame Club
podcast. Okay,
they go live on Tuesday nights over at the Broken Bell Network.
Fame Club podcast. Here's the deal. I love you guys.
Like and subscribe. Come on, what the hell's your problem? That's right. They didn't get your name last night either.
That's fine. Here's the thing, guys. Can you please produce an audio only version? Because when I am watching on my phone and it's the YouTube version, and like I don't have the video running all the time on my phone. So like I go to turn and then I have to stop and I have to go back. So when I'm in the car, just can you create a Spotify or an Apple podcast that I could check out, please, for the love of everything holy? I would love to listen to you, but YouTube is not the vibe for me. Go ahead, Danny.
Well, listen to you little hypocrite. I'm the one who's always like, dude, we're a show. We're an audio-based show. We are cold opens, our sketches. I build the beds for audio-based entertainment, and you're the boner that pushes the YouTube. Like, how the tables have turned.
No, see, here's the thing. I disagree with the idea that the tables have turned. The point of it all is I believe in casting a wide net for consumption. Some folks like audio, some folks like visual. I say we give them both. That's all I'm asking from the Hall of Fame Club podcast is give me an majority audio consumer here's the opportunity to enjoy your show. And Danny, I know I'm the one that does the YouTube. I'm the one that has
another level to this.
All right, go ahead.
Little dick face. When did they ever ask us to change our show?
Ooh, fuck.
Yeah. Don't be an asshole.
Okay. Fair. I don't want it, but I'm not asking them to change, just to expand their distribution cycle.
I think they're doing all right.
I will happily distribute them audioly for them if they want.
Well, that's a conversation you're going to have with them. But they have a vision. They do it well. They do it with very common sense. It makes sense. It's not just the bozo radio caller, and I'm thoroughly impressed by it. One of the reasons we stay away from it is because we can't do it, or I can't do it. They have a great vision of the league, and they've been absolutely nothing but supportive. So this is my way of saying, like, hey, I really appreciate what they're doing, what they did for us, but also, like, good on you, dudes.
I love them, and I will listen to them all the time. So Keith obviously already has my flowers. Again, guys, I'm so sorry. I've been busy with a Walking Dead podcast up until this moment. Thankfully, the season finale and the feedback episode is done. I listened to your show today for honestly the first time this season. I'm so sorry. Danny is a much better fan than I am. I'm finally back, but I adored what I heard. We both know that the time I've spent with Keith has been truly delightful. So I am 1000% here for all the folks over at Broken Bell Network. I'm excited to get more into them and more just like interactive with them because they're the best. So I agree with you as far as your media stable goes. Like, support them, check them out. They are a phenomenal group of podcasters.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Alex, because July 10th, we will be joining them as guests on their Northeast Philadelphia podcast, where we will be doing a comedy movie draft. They will be
I am so scared
of the Northeast Philly podcast on the Broken Bell Network. Your boys right here, Alex and myself, we're doing comedy movie drafts, so you will have your chance to be an asshole to their face. So
I am so... It took me a second, but yeah, no, that's hurtful. I am so scared that I'm just gonna choose like Corky Romano and Night at the Roxbury and anything that Chris Kattan has been a part of. I'm terrified to see how this movie draft goes, but I'm here for it. So I'm excited. No, I am. I'm excitedly terrified.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Since we're announcing stuff, should we announce something else?
Daniel-san, I did a Lazy Man's Facebook announcement today that Chris immediately deciphered and texted us like, hey, by the way, I'm not going to be available per se. So go ahead and tell us, Danny, what is our announcement?
We have a date for the 999 challenge. We are going live at 1 o'clock on Saturday, July 26, 2025, for the New York Yankees v. Phillies. I wanted to say Phillies at Yankees, but for some reason I said Yankees first. But it's the
Phillies at Yankees.
Yeah, it's the Phillies at Yankees Saturday game, 1 o'clock. We will be going live. And again, thanks to our homies at the Broken Bell Network, at the Philly podcast, Drunken Phil's fans. We can't thank you enough. You're sharing our stuff and getting the people over to give us the numbers so we can do it live on our own page. We absolutely appreciate that. We love you guys for doing that. If you guys are hearing us right now through them, welcome, thank you. We're bozos, but sometimes it's entertaining. So stick around, or at least stick around to our live 999. Absolutely love it. Absolutely appreciate it. If any of you guys on anywhere want to hop on, have a couple beers with us, talk some Phils, I would recommend the earlier innings because we got pretty stupid last year, and I think we're gonna do it again.
And vulgar towards the last like three. Well,
that was you.
So here's the thing: after the sixth beer, the filter on the swearing went off, and it is what it is. I'm sorry, guys.
What I found
better this year.
What I found interesting about that, about your profanity as the beers would increase, was that body parts just got hairier and hairier. Like you were obsessed with hair for some reason. And everything was hairy this, massive hairy that, fuzzy hairy whatever. Like what the body hair obsession after like 6 beers got very interesting.
I am so excited to see how this year goes. And folks, we have a date. And we have a date, and that's what we know.
Right.
So I am going to be taking a train to Philadelphia, which I'm super excited about. I've never ridden a commercial train to get from a point A to point B that was not a complete circle. Middletown train, what up? So I'm really, really excited to go on an Amtrak train from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to Philadelphia and to do this 999 challenge from Danny. Now, he said he's going to pick me up after when I get down there at 9 a.m. I am wondering, Danny, it's only 3 miles. Like, can I just walk to the train station after the 999 challenge to get home? Yeah. How hard is it to walk through Kensington with a laptop?
So just so you know, I am on the border of Kensington and Fishtown. I am like the 3rd house into Kensington.
Sure. Okay.
So, like literally, like the 3rd house into Kensington. It's fine. You'll be fine. It's a little bit of a walk. It'll take about an hour and 15 minutes. There's Ubers.
It's 3 miles. There's no way it would take an hour and 15 minutes for 3 miles. That would take me 25 minutes.
It would take about an hour to walk from my house to. Dude,
is it a big hill? I walk 3 miles pretty regularly. Like that's.
It's on 30th and Market.
Okay. I mean, I'll just Uber at that point to get there.
I'm in Kensington.
You are Kensington, and that's what I love about you. All right. Well, anyways, we're going to be doing the 999 challenge. I'm taking a train for the first time in my life, and then the second time in my life, and I'm super excited about that. It's going to be Phillies Yankees 2009 World Series. I'm sure Fox Sports will have a wonderful Yankee Stadium, I don't know, celebration.
It's a Fox game?
It is a Fox game.
Oh, we can't watch it at my house.
No, we can. I got you.
All
I'll
right.
bring my laptop. I already planned on it. Don't worry. I'll bring my laptop. Yeah. We got a Fox game.
Cool.
So, yeah, it's going to be fun. And join us, won't you? Is that all we got?
I don't know. You got a thing?
I have a minor media stable, which is like, hey, media, I don't care that Shohei Ohtani is pitching. Holla at me when he goes 6 innings. This 1 inning BS. I don't need headlines from USA Today and Yahoo News and ESPN and Fox Sports and CBS Sports, because you know what? I need all of those to consume the sports I enjoy. I don't need you telling me that he pitched to 3 guys and it took him 28 pitches and he only allowed one. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. No matter how much you try to force Shohei Ohtani down my throat, I don't care until he's actually up to speed. Okay, so just stop. It's pathetic at this point, MLB. That's my table.
He is the face. He does it both. I think even if he went out there and gave you 9 pitches and struck out one dude, you're still going to hear about it.
But, I guess so, but like it's tiring. It's exhausting. There are so many good players in the MLB. Why don't we showcase more than just Shohei and Skeens? And that's it. Those are the only 2 guys that MLB cares about promoting.
All right, fair enough. So we're a little light this week on Chris's text, but Chris's text, Ranger just fired 97 miles per hour. Haven't done that maybe ever. That was Chris's text.
That was the other night when Ranger was having a good game and fired a fireball. I feel like that was more adrenaline than consistency.
It had to be. The rest of his velo that night was around 90. So
90 to 92, yeah.
Yeah, that one came out of nowhere.
He was amped up, but I loved it. I love seeing it. Do we have any other Chris's texts?
No, that was the only one worth reading this time.
You know what? That'll happen sometimes. Chris, up your game, buddy.
Oh, wait. Pirates swept the Mets. There we go.
Do we care? I agree. I agree.
We do.
We care because that means that the Mets can't give us shit for being swept by the Pirates, right?
No, that, and it was at the same time that we were doing our, whatever thing. So the fact that the Mets were losing at the same time we were losing, it's a good thing. Like
that helped a lot. That did help a lot.
Yeah. I mean, they got swept by the Astros, and we still ended up, what was it, 2 games ahead of them in the NL East. So
yep,
I'll
take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time.
So I think that was Chris's text. That's why we have him.
I'm here for it. All right. Danny, brings us to the last piece, which I have to ask you.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Hate it. The WNBA coming to Philadelphia.
How do you not love it? Love it. Absolutely love it. So
could anyone not love that? Like, first off, what are your thoughts on the modern WNBA, if I may?
So I don't know much, and I don't know much about the NBA. So the fact that I don't know much about the I don't want to call it a secondary league because it's not, but the female counterpart budding league. How's that sound?
I'll allow it.
All right, cool. I mean, I'm I know even little about that. What I do know is that Philadelphia is a basketball town. Or was a basketball town. You have the City 5, which became the City 6 in recent years. The Sixers, they have their loyal fan base, and when they're doing well, they have an even more loyal fan base. It's a basketball town. It's a major market. Any league that can grow is great. The fact that Philadelphia didn't have a WNBA team was very strange. What I also know is that even though I have no idea what's going on in the NBA or the WNBA, I do know that I see the stuff. Like the league is growing. Like, I'm not interested in it. I don't know what is going on, but I know, like, they're stars, right? Like, you're seeing the Caitlin Clark news articles. You're seeing the Angel Reese news articles. There's some others, the Brittany Griner made the news for her Russia stuff, but like, you're getting the news articles, you're seeing the memes, you're seeing on the major sports network pages the pictures of these women with their stats are saying like the Wolverines or whoever moved on. Like, you're seeing it now. So the fact that I know 2 names of a league that I don't even watch, it's getting in there. That's a good thing. You're putting another team in a major market that has a rich basketball history, and the league is growing. How do you not love it? Also, it gives Philadelphia has a feverish fandom for their sports teams. The WNBA will do quite well.
As a father of 2 daughters, I am all here for the sports of women mattering and giving a shit. And I have loved what has been happening with the WNBA between the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese duality between Magic and Larry, which honestly, sadly, Angel Reese is not as good as Magic was, but Caitlin Clark is as good as Larry was. But you have everyday household names. You have Caitlin Clark, you have Paige Buchers, you have Angel Reese, honestly, you have Sue Bird, you have Paige Buchers, I may have already said, but like there are Sophie Cunningham, like there are folks in the WNBA that make the shots, and straight up, every WNBA player could beat me in basketball. Like that is a good league. That is a good product. It is an enjoyable game to watch. I'm super excited for Philadelphia to have a WNBA team. I think it makes a lot of sense. Before Pittsburgh gets even an NBA team, Philadelphia gets a WNBA team, which shows which is the true sports mecca in Pennsylvania. It's That's Philly because they've got everything and then some. But I got to ask you, Danny, when it comes to the Philadelphia WNBA team, what do you think is the correct mascot for that team? My answer is the Philadelphia Franklins, because it ties in both Ben Franklin and for short, they could be the Philadelphia Franks, and like their mascot could be a giant amorphous friggin' hot dog. And I love that.
You want to go
Philadelphia Franks? That's what I want to go with. The Philadelphia.
You want to go
Franklin.
phallic imagery with the women?
Not phallic. Hot dog. I understand, as you say it, that there is a phallic representation that was in no way, shape, or form.
We gotta get wieners in there somehow.
I hate you for pointing that out, but go ahead. What would you say is the right name for them?
I don't know. Like, I think you maybe tie it into. Didn't think about this until you asked me, but maybe there's some sort of like tie-in to Betsy Ross. I think you need to give the power to the women, like the flaggers or threaders or something.
Oh, I like both of those. The Stars and Stripes, the Philadelphia Stars and Stripes.
I like mine better, but sure.
All right. If you say so. But either way, honestly, I love it. The WNBA coming to Philly. I want to take my girls to a game at the new Sixers/Lady 76ers stadium, and just to see a basketball game. Like I'm here for expanding sports to women 100%. So super excited for WNBA. What's the Philly? What's the city saying these days? Like again, like what are you hearing?
I haven't heard much. It was announced the other day. I haven't left my house.
You know what? That's fair. It's been 103 degrees.
And listen, if I wanted to dive into what the cretins on the internet said, I'm sure I'm gonna disagree with it. So
let's not touch the internet. It's been a tough time for any of that. But Danny, take us home, buddy.
Alex, that was fun. Hey, if you're new, thanks. Welcome. We'll do better next week. I promise. Everyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant.